First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
That's it. 180.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Wow.
Here's Ty Johnson, rookie six-rounder from Maryland. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And just like that, it's third down.
Let's get it. Check.
Set. 40 got. 40 got. Kill it. 20.
Defense wins championship.
Stafford down to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A third down gain of 19.
Mike, blue 60.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Now Stafford. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Throwing on second and 14. Stafford, he'll get this one to Galladay. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Let's go. Let's go.
Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They go back to the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Mike, 53. 50, 32. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 53 is the mic. 53.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. When plays break down, that's normally when Mahomes is at his best throwing the football. But as we saw, he can run it too. Last year, 60 carries, 272 yards. Great elusiveness and speed. And the Chiefs obviously don't want him to be a running quarterback, but if he sees an angle like he did there, any opening, he has the ability to take it and run. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Mahomes on target here to Hardman. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Stay with your man.
Mahomes going to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards. 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's our time. It's our time.
To throw, it's Mahomes. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Detroit. Ty Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Prater for the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, 70! No. X3, 218, chop it.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Go, go.
Here we go, here we go. 59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59.
Double right.
Man, I got you.
Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Mike, set. 260. I give you radar.
Mike's 59.
Bravo.
Mike's 59. So we got man. 59.
3rd and 2, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 37. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll run it with Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Yellow, 180. 56. Let's get it together, defense.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 5 now. Mahomes, they're going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be second and 12.
At the 26-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack. Well, it was second and long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. Third and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into third and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3-and-out. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The tackle by Jelani Tavai. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and...
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33.
A gain of 18 on the play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mahomes now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Now here's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Working from the gun, Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Mahomes again. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is a 26-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff...
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner, Darius Slay. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is down to a field goal. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Trey Flowers there on the tackle. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. It's complete to Williams. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to have a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
15.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 59 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Check 26. Go. Attack.
You got six. You got that right there.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he slides to avoid the hit. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Hey, 70.
59 mark. Check, 59. I'm coming.
Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
20. 53. Ready.
Turn it up.
Hey.
Mike, check.
3rd and long. It's Stafford going up top. He's got him in, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a gain of 38. A big march forward on the 3rd down conversion. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. 20. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Butker on for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Keep doing that.
Ready? 180.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Quick edge.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
59. Zebra. Check, 59.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford, catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
On first down, it's Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 27. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Now Mahomes. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Mike Daniels picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been threes.
Get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Stafford. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. Stafford now to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he's got this down to the 35. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Stafford now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hockenson, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
They can't hang with us.
Johnson. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Back to throw, Stafford. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
It's a first down on a gain of 10. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Ty Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score.
Well, let the natural light of today reflect that he is now getting into the end zone 2 times.
Look at you. You're a little Ralph Waldo Emerson, is that his name?
No, I was just going with the meteorologist. Said it was a day game. I'm here.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Yellow. 180. Yellow.
On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
43.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go,
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Mike, check.
White.
59.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson, his second touchdown on the season. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Prater for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Mahomes now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Will Harris, the rookie from Boston College, who picked it. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
I'm going to come back to you.
They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
It's second and 8 at the 29-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Again, it's Williams. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
The Chiefs on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. All day, just like that. Just like that.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. He's back to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 39. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Johnson running right. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And did he just clock that? Looked like he tried to stop the clock, but the clock wasn't even moving. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking too...
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And avoids the contact by sliding. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game.